got a really good list of Godhand.
Oh, this is your favourite.
Look at that.
This is your favourite.
So this is the sample pack of all of their sanding sponges.
I see you brought my apron back in. It's fantastic. We could cook up a storm.
Do you want to wear it?
Not now.
Oh, okay.
Next time.
So this particular packet comes with 33 pieces of sanding sponges.
That would be enough to sand an Aston Martin 5 times over. Little one. 18 scale.
And we have been doing that.
Have we? I don't know.
You haven't seen it though. So there's actually 11 different grits in here.
11!
So all the way from 240
Oh, that's my favourite one.
to 10,000 grit. You like 240, you like take it off material really quick.
That's right.
I can understand why. And you get these in the thicknesses of a 2mm, 3mm, and 5mm of sponge. So if you don't know what that means to the actual sanding quality, the thinner it is, the more flex it's going to have. So if you're going around really sharp, yeah, that's right. You use the thinner one. And if you want to do large areas of paintwork, then you use the thicker one for a bit more control. So you've got all those there. So if you're not sure what you need, grab one of those first, and then you find the one that you use a lot, and then you can buy the larger packs of them. So little sample size ones.
I want to send these up to Simon Nicholson to create for us the ultimate way to prepare your tyres.
Really?
I've heard there's lots of tyres out there. I mean, not that you can get them to practice on for an up-and-coming big titles, but there are a brand of tyres out there that need a lot of preparation.
I've heard about that.
Tricks to get them going.
Yep.
I don't know what they are.
So here you can see they're all color-coded, so it's easy to work out what they are. Even though they're printed really well,
But what if you're colourblind?
then you look at the print.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, actually, it goes to 120. Oh, even better.
No, 120 is too much. I think that's for rough asses. Okay.
So all color-coded, then the white ones are the ones that are the super fine polishing ones. This is 10,000. So 10,000 actually brings it up to a sheen. The paint comes up to a sheen. And if you want to learn how to actually polish, we do have a couple of tutorials on YouTube you can look up, and I'll show you how you go through the polishing process using these and also polishing compounds.
I've got an Aston Martin, a little one that needs doing. Maybe you can show me.
All right, I will. You're terrible.
You've rubbed the paint off that thing like 4 times now.
Oh, yeah. It's really shiny, though. I can see my face in it. All right, these are back in stock, too.
What is it?
So these are the scribing blades that Godhand make. Let me see if we can do this. I've got a tutorial on these too. So they've got the one which is called Curve. It's basically just a sharpened point.
With a K.
With a K. And then we've got the Girardet.
Girardet? Doesn't sound very Japanese.
No, it sounds very German, doesn't it? And this has actually got a faceted point. So curve on here, and hence they call curve, is because you can change directions fairly easily. So you can do curved lines when you're rescribing lines in your model. And then Girardet, because of the facets, you get it in the correct groove of the facets, and you'll be able to freehand straight lines. So check out the YouTube on that too. These are back in stock. Really good. What else we got?
Could you do my nails with that? Could you do some nail art? Could you scribe into human fingernail?
I could. You might scream a bit because I might go too far. I'll be enjoying that. I don't know if you will. So we've got these. These are the curved bit blades.
What?
These are called bit blades.
Bit blades?
Okay, and basically they're chisels. You might be able to see the reflections come through there.
My kids used to play with Beyblades.
You wouldn't want to play with these.
No.
No.
These are bit blades.
Yeah. Okay. They take little bits off. So these are curved on the ends. And the curved ones are different. Well, you're probably familiar with chisels having the flat blades, right?
Curved on the end.
The curved helps, you might be able to see on the example here, for carving out folds in figurines, in their clothing and such.
You're not allowed to say that.
What? Folds?
Carving folds.
Oh, really?
Put that to the side.
All right.
Not the folds.
So I had enough of that. No more folds. We've got a restock. Oh, almost lost it. These are amazing pin vices. These are the pin vices to have.
What makes a pin vise awesome?
The awesomeness of a pin vise is how well it's been machined, so it'll tighten any shaft that's put into it between 3.2 mil and close to nothing. So this has got 2 collets.
I'd call 3.2 mil close to nothing. You're right.
Oh, would you? So it's 3.2 mil is 1/8.
I know that Godhand make good stuff, and
Yeah.
I hear you. I just wish 9 Steps would make one.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
Yeah.
What
are you doing?
I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to test it. Put it to
And
the
what
side.
is this?
Oh, that's the SPN 120s. Everybody knows that.
That's right. So I don't know why, but
Because I'm a Gundam expert now.
there was a bit of a rush on them, and we got totally sold out. But they're back.
But
Why
do you know
are
what?
these?
You have to be careful with these.
You do.
You have to be careful. There's distinct instructions on them.
Yep.
And you have to cut diameters no greater than 3 millimeters.
That's right. I mean, most of the time you're cutting off the gate, which is like 1 mil, if that. And that's why these are so special, because they've got super thin blades. These are the thinnest blades on side cutters that you can get. There are others that have copied this design,
But they're still no good.
they're not as good. I've tried them, and they've got side play in them, and they've got
The
diagonal
last thing
play.
you want is side play or diagonal play in your SPN 120s.
That's right. You don't want any play at all. And these are so sharp. They're like a samurai sword blade. And that's why you've got to be careful with them too. Because if you cut like metals or really thick stuff, because they're so fine.
Metals.
That's right.
I don't think you would cut metals with these.
No, you're not. So if you do,
You
I know someone who's tried. It didn't turn out well.
Didn't it?
No.
I know somebody who tried
Even after telling them that they're not designed for that.
cutting a big sprue, and even though, like I said, it's only 3 mil or less.
That's right.
I've heard horror stories.
Now, if you're wondering whether or not it's worth spending so much on these, I mean, they're expensive, but I wouldn't call them outrageous. So if you
What
build
would you
kits,
call outrageous?
$5 million,
That would be outrageous.
that's outrageous. No, these are under $100.
Under.
Yeah.
I'd call
So if
that a
you build-
bargain.
Yeah. So
if
if you build
invest
really,
in your tools and you love your modeling,
that's right.
these are the ultimate.
Yes.
And these are for people who really enjoy, because apparently they just feel it in hand like nothing else. They just
That's right.
slice.
And they just cut through the plastic.
There's no hand finishing, no
right.
scribing, no rubbing.
That's right. So if you build Gundam and you don't paint them and you want a really clean finish, then you use these. So you don't need to sand them back or anything. Or if you do paint and you do traditional modeling and you build really complicated kits like those Tacom or the mini art ones, which have got lots of small parts.
Are you supposed to use these for Gundam?
Well, they're famous in the Gundam community because they cut so clean.
I tried a Gundam the other day and I've been snapping it off my hand. Have I been doing it wrong?
You can do it that way. But it just won't be a clean.
What do you mean? It says you can not to use tools.
Oh, then
Did
you've
I
got
do it wrong?
no. Then there's some new ones which are designed for beginners, which are designed not to need any tools.
Oh, no, that's the one I got.
Yeah. Okay, then that's right.
That's the little one.
That's right.
I've been snapping it off. Don't tell me I'm meant to be using tools.
You don't have to use sleeves. It says you don't need tools. They've engineered it so you don't.
All right.
But they're really good. Okay, fantastic. Back in stock now. Check them out. These are quite amazing because
Why? Mega.
these are their magnifying products. And I would consider these quite expensive because there's so many cheap things on the market.
But we can never keep them in stock.
We can't keep them in stock because when you actually try them, you realize how superior they are.
The optics.
Yeah. So the optics are actually optical plastic and they're designed with aspherical lenses. So they're quite flat. And that also means that there's very little distortion around the edges,
Around the edges.
like the edge of the lens. You know, sometimes when you look through a lens, the middle is really well focused, but the edges are all blurry. You don't get that with this. And also they've got huge depths of field. So you don't have to like focus at a particular point. Really good if reducing eye fatigue, so they can actually work for a long time. So you've got the head mounted loop.
It'd be good enough to do a surgery from home.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't recommend it. Or condone it.
No, so you didn't hear it from us, but it's possible. We're not saying you can't do it.
No, definitely can't.
That's right.
It's good enough quality to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So these are back in stock too. Unbelievably popular. And it must be popular because they actually
1.6.
work really well.
It says 1.6. That means
Yeah,
1.6
So that's a
magnification.
1.6 magnification. And what's this one? This one's 1.8. Okay. Good stuff. So that's Godhand.
Mega.
Godhand is, well, we never sold out of Godhand, but they're really popular items are back in stock.